We made it to the Mecca.
What's the deal with all the birds, huh? Is there like a bird meeting going on? This is suspicious. Let's go get some chicken. Some Julasco chicken. Before this wind takes me away. Mary Poppins style. The time has come. Today, I'm predicting UFC 313. And we're kicking things up a notch to make these predictions extra spicy. Julasco had no chicken. I was gonna do this on chicken wings or fried chicken, and it was gonna be fine and dandy. It was gonna be like Hot Ones vibes. We're doing cod, tater, and hush puppies. So this will be interesting. I also have whole milk and strawberry milk, but I won't be able to have any of this until I finish predicting everything. Now, I know what you're thinking. Where's the UFC garb? Where's the decor? We gotta set the stage for this. Well, how about now? All right. I spent this morning taking some notes on all the fights on the card. Played a clip of me studying and grinding away on the couch this morning. So, I do my homework. This also happens to be my journal, if you can't tell. Right next to all of the analysis of the early prelims is me pining over my ex from last April. Love that. I'm gonna go ahead and flip this light switch on. Another gloomy day in Chi-Town, so we gotta make sure we have some rays of light beaming down on me. We're gonna start with the early prelims, and I'm going to begin with this giant hush puppy, and I'm gonna give it a generous dab of da bomb. After the early prelims, we'll move on to the prelims. 2 big dabs of da bomb. After we're done with the prelims and we get on the main card, 3 big dabs, 3, count them, 3, trace, trois, if you're French. I don't even know if that's right. No whole milk, no strawberry milk, no nothing until I'm done predicting the entire card. Whew. With that being said, I'm gonna throw these in the air fryer for a little bit and then we're gonna begin. First up, we got the hush puppy and I'm gonna go ahead and give it a dab. Ooh. Oh gosh, all right. Early prelims, let's do this thing. I'm not gonna waste a second. First off, we got the middleweight division. Jordan Santos is facing off against Ozzy Diaz. Santos is coming in at a minus 190 favorite, slight favorite. I'm gonna go with him. Diaz is coming off of a devastating knockout loss to Zhang Yang. He still has not won in the UFC or Dana White's Contender Series, and Santos is coming off of a 5-fight streak. Woo! Santos fight. Finish. Featherweight. We got Chris Gutierrez facing off against John Castaneda. Gutierrez is a minus 120 favorite, and I'm gonna take Gutierrez to win by decision. Here's why. Gutierrez has a much better resume. He beat Frankie Edgar a few years ago. He's fought against the likes of Pedro Munoz, Song Yadong. Castaneda's best win is arguably Eddie Wineland all the way back in 2021. Gutierrez is also coming off of a win. I'm gonna take him to win by decision. Capping off the early prelims, hush puppy's actually pretty good. Myron Santos coming in at 15-1, facing off against Francis Marshall, who I'm not gonna lie is kind of giving me NPC fighter vibes. I looked at his resume. Last finish was in 2022, whereas Santos comes in as a minus 320 favorite. He won the Ultimate Fighter by devastating knockout as well. 24 years old, 15-1. I'm gonna go ahead and say that Santos has plot armor and he's gonna take this and he's gonna win, getting another knockout on his record. We're gonna move on to the prelims now. We're gonna hit it with what? Oh, okay, we're gonna call that 2. Woo, holy. Oh my God. All right, prelims, UFC 313, let's go. All right, welterweight. Woo! Alex Morono, welterweight. Alex Morono facing off against Carlos Leo. Morono, if you don't remember him, do you remember UFC 302? He was on the main card against Nico Price, and it was one of the worst fights of all time. It was like 2 grandpas beating up on each other. Leo also comes in at a minus 950 favorite. We're gonna take Leo by however he wants. Woo! Next up, middleweight, Bruno Ferreira. Bruno Ferreira facing off against Armand Petrosian. Petrosian, minus 155 favorite. Both have fought pretty decent competition at middleweight. The likes of Robocop, Shara Bullet, Christian Leroy Duncan. Petrosian's coming off of the double spinning back fist KO at UFC Abu Dhabi. Ferreira by KO and get another napkin. Next up, we got a banger. We got a banger in the flyweight division. Joshua Van. He's a dog. He's facing off against Ray Soria. Ray Soria coming in as a last-minute replacement. He's 10-0. This is his, I think, third fight in the UFC. He won the road to UFC, and he beat Carlos Hernandez. Van is really good at striking. This fish sucks, by the way. Van is a minus 195 favorite. Soria comes in with good grappling. He averages 5.45 takedowns per fight with about a 50% takedown accuracy rate. That being said, Van is more experienced in the UFC. That's the argument a lot of the pundits are saying. I don't think he's going to win by knockout. I think it's going to be one hell of a fight, arguably the fight of the night. We're taking Van in this close decision. I think it's 2-1. I think that both of these guys will be people to watch in the future of the flyweight division. 24 and I think 22. Capping off the prelims, we have my man Curtis Razor Blades, facing off against Mr. Uber Driver, Mr. Steroid, Mr. Play the Stephen A. Smith clip. No Mr. Good, lazy, Jabba the Hot Fat Slob. Rizvan Kuziev? I have to check my notes. I'm sorry, y'all. Blades is minus 370. Kuziev's only 2 wins in the UFC come on Dana White's Contender Series, and they're in the heavyweight division against fat blobs. So we know we're taking Curtis all day long. The only thing Kuziev is known for is for beating Renan Ferreira, who Francis Ngannou recently knocked out in the PFL. However, that fight was overturned to a no contest. Kuziev tested positive for not 1, not 2, not 3, 4 types of steroids. I respect Curtis Blades for taking this fight. He didn't have to. He could have waited out for a better opponent, but he said he wants to stay active. Prelims done. I'm getting another paper towel. Why the fuck would I say three dabs? Why would I say 3 dabs? I did not need to do that to myself. We got 5 fights left, and I'm free. 1, 2, and the last one will make it extra generous. Hit like, hit subscribe. Oh my god. Alright, in the lightweight division, Ken Green against Mauricio Ruppi. Mauricio Ruppi is a pretty big favorite for this. Minus 500, fighting nerd, really good striker. He mixes it up, he throws the kicks. Green is a really durable guy. He's known for being a gatekeeper. Jalen Turner, gotta swallow the last bit of this. He has a higher significant strikes per minute than Ruppi. However, Ruppi takes this. I think it's gonna be a really good fight. I think it's gonna go the distance. We saw Ruppi lose a round against James Longtop in his last fight. He seemed a little bit hesitant, not willing to let his hands go as much as he should have. So I'm going Ruppi by decision. Next up, my mouth is numb. Women's strawweight division. Women's strawweight. Amanda Lenos, 37 years old, against Yasmin Lucindo. I'm taking Lucindo because she's not 37. Hope it's a banger. I can see Lemos getting a fluky KO. But no, not this time. Next up, featured bout, Jalen Turner against Ignacio Bahamondes in the lightweight division. They're both 6'3". Bahamondes is minus 125, slight favorite. Pretty much a toss-up. And I'm taking Bahamondes. I think this is going to be another candidate for fight of the night. Turner's only won 1 of his last 4. He doesn't show great fight IQ. Bahamondes is coming off of a nice knockout of Manuel Torres. So, Bahamondes, I'll say by decision. This fight is make or break for Jalen Turner. So, if he gets a knockout, I won't be shocked. Co-main event, Justin Gaethje, Rafael Fiziev. It's a rematch of an absolute banger. I'm sad it's not 5 rounds. This originally was booked for Justin Gaethje versus Dan Hooker. I was gonna take Gaethje. Fiziev is now favored. A lot of people saying the style matchup. Gaethje training for Hooker. Fiziev is younger. He hasn't fought in a while. I think that'll be his downfall. I think he's gonna have ring rust. I think Gaethje is locked in. He wants to show the world that he can still knock people out after getting absolutely starched by Max Holloway. So, I'm sweating everywhere. I'm gonna take Gaethje by KO. I think it's gonna be a highlight reel. I think Justin's back. I think he might get a shitty title shot against Islam Makhachev. He doesn't deserve it. Islam should go for double champ or fight Ilia Topuria. Last fight of the night is the big one, the one we've all been waiting for. It's Alex Pereira's biggest test to date against Big Onk. Ankalaev. What's his first name? I don't even remember at this point. It's not Muhammad. I know that's not Muhammad. It's Mohamed. I'm too gone in the head right now. Big Onk. The odds have shifted. Originally Ankalaev was favored. Now Poatan is favored. And I'm gonna talk about this fight first before I get my prediction. Big Onk has been knocked around, knocked down. We've seen him get rocked by the likes of Thiago Santos, by the likes of Lungi Mbula. I don't even remember that dude, but I saw a highlight of him getting rocked back in the Apex. I think it was 2019. Ankalaev has a good base. He's not a bad striker. A lot of people are saying that this is one of the best strikers that Pereira has faced to date. No, he's faced Izzy. Yuri's a better striker than Onk. I'm sorry. Roundtree, I think, is still a better striker than Onk. Onk is well-rounded in boxing. He has good fundamentals, but no. His grappling threat is there. There's the whole debate of, is Onk's takedown threat big enough to win the fight? Whereas you actually look at the numbers and he hasn't wrestled a lot in the UFC, but it's more like he has the potential, but he just hasn't had to. It's 5 rounds. Can you hold Pereira down for 5 rounds? Pereira, all he needs is one moment. I don't know. I see this fight going over. I don't know what the over-under is, but I think it's going over. And I think Pereira wins by late TKO. I think it's going to be one of the greatest fights we see all year. That's my hot take. I think Pereira wins. I hope Poatan wins. I want it for his legacy. This puts him in the talks for one of the greatest of all time. He's already one of the greatest of this generation. I would say I want him to win. I am biased, but I look at the analytics. I look at everything surrounding this. And I think that Onk is overcompensating in terms of his trash talk. And I think that Big Onk is going to be clowned on Twitter. And Pereira, inshallah, will come out victorious and move up to heavyweight, where hopefully we get Tom Aspinall super fight, because I think John Jones is done. All right. Oh my God. Whew. I need another paper towel. Oh my God. I don't even want to imagine what my bathroom trips are going to be like later. Oh my God. I'm still like catching hints of it back on the deeper ends of my throat. Pause. I can't. I had to sit up the camera so I can pace back and forth for this outro, because my stomach is already starting to feel like Mustafar. For any new viewers who aren't familiar with the channel and just like UFC, I hope you like today's content. I hope you tune in again. I just wanted to take this time to thank you guys for the support on the first 2 vlogs that I've done. I've had a lot of fun making them, a lot of fun editing them. I am super excited for UFC 313 this weekend. We'll get some live reactions, some footage for y'all. That being said, we'll be back tomorrow. As always, cheers, dink, and peace! Guys, do you see this? Do you see this? Do you know what this means? That we made it out of silver. Oh my goodness. Shout out to my main man, my bestie, Tommy XCX. Tommy, we love you.